The humble bike seat. Where would we be without it? Probably in a Benny Hill sketch or in hospital. If you're worried about your bike getting stolen, one thing you could do is take this with you. At least make their ride uncomfy. Another thing some people do is to take the quick release things out, take them with you. Anyway, this is for Joe Public. How do you get a comfy seat? And my answer is, I don't know. I've tried a few other things. In the old days it was fairly simple. If you had a road bike, you got that one, so you could crouch down. And if you had an upright one, you get one like that, sort of nice and padded for your sit bones and that. Well, that was the theory, I think. Personally, I'm going for comfort, so one like this, but nothing seems to work out really the way I want, so I don't know. This is probably my two wackiest ones. As you can see, this one has no nose. That's ISM. And I just looked at this last night and it's like £100 or something. There's no way I paid that for this. I mean, it's not like me, you know what I mean? And this one is supposed to be the first ever ergonomic one. And this is from Specialized, which is a very respected bike company. But I always find it was sitting there, so. And funny enough, it was also meant to reduce erectile dysfunction, but I was always hanging about there. So, in a way, it seemed like the opposite. This one, I only tried it once and I found it dangerous, Or there was another one I had, I'll need to find it, where it was meant to be suspension with the thing here, a very long thing. I'll need to find that one, but this one as well, because I was surprised at how much I used the nose as a sort of guide, you know what I mean? So, I'm going to try it again since it's so expensive and that. Another question is slippiness or not slippiness. This one isn't slippy. This is from Lidl or something like that. Again, that's another field. I'm going to try all these again. This one's slippy. Personally, I prefer slippy ones so I can move about. And probably they'll get a bit of rain protection as well. Although this probably has as well. I think road bikers rely on their shorts to be slippy, so that causes, and they prefer them to be non-slippy. I could be talking rubbish here, by the way. So here's two other wacky ones I've tried. I think that one's from Lidl. You see that in there a lot. Is that the same one that I had a minute ago? But, yeah, and then this one, I think I got that off of Amazon. I thought because the nose was down, that would move that, but I still seem to be hanging about here all the time. For comfort, you want your handlebars same sort of level as your seat, or even higher. And then when you've got that, I've got this all squinty bit. You want your sit bones there. It's mainly your sit bones that you're bothered about. Yeah, road bikes, in the old days anyway, wanted something like this, so that they could sort of crouch down, because they're crouching, they're like that, whereas you'll be like Mary Poppins, they're like that. But I would have thought I would still squeeze everything anyway and still be uncomfy. So this video is for Joe Public and it's about comfort. So I've been trying these sort of things with some success, but limited. I start to move about, which I don't think is a good thing, but and I was reading articles about them, and some say they're a false thing, maybe because they cause compression spots, then that causes pressure if you're, going over a mile or whatever, but I like this one. I think it's Home Bargains. I got this, or Tesco, I can't remember. But they're a lot cheaper usually than seats, but not always. They're usually under £10. My impression is that the older ones were made of gel, and the newer ones have got foam, which is a lot lighter. But I was looking at Google Bard, and it was saying that gel's comfier, or at least it is for short journeys, because you're getting hungry, but then it creates compression spots, pressure spots. But I don't know, I think foam's probably just overtaking it completely. This is Decathlon, this one. And that may be Decathlon, but an old one. Nah, I don't think it is actually. Gel from Aldi. I think it's heavier than that, but don't trust these measurements. Foam from Decathlon, 116. So that other one was about 300. That gel one. It's not very good scales. Well, they are, but not here. Then you can get these sort of seat post things, some suspension. This is the typical one that goes like that, up and down. It's got a spring in there. This one is like a parallelogram, it sort of goes forward, which I heard was better, but it's heavier as well, so I don't really know. I'll need to try them all again. I need to try this, and the normal unsuspended one. With all these seat posts, I've went for one bolt alignment, because it just makes it so much easier. But I don't know if it's as good as two bolts, you know, because most of the manufacturers still use two bolts. So because trying to adjust your seat post outside is a nightmare, really. Yeah, so I don't know if this is. I mean, I've not really had any bad accident or anything because of it, but it's maybe frowned upon. I don't know. It's still pretty pernickety, mainly because this thing comes off if you go too far. But I prefer it to two. If you are trying seat posts or seats, one tip I think is to always take your good stuff out with you as well. So if it's turned out bad or whatever, you can just go straight back to your normal setup, you know. I don't know why seats aren't quick release, you know. I don't know why you can't just instantly change stuff. Maybe with a quick release handle or something. Backwards, forwards, take it off completely, you know. I guess they just don't know. This is a Decathlon seat. Funny enough, I slide about a bit in it, so I don't like it really, which is against my slide rule, you know. But yeah, I'm just dealing with that just now. Skiddies elastomers are meant to give you a bit of suspension or whatever. It's not really working, but with that gel thing, that foam cover thing, it's quite good. I've not found any real quick way to deal with these. Get your bike light out of the way. I think this is 5mm. It's just, especially when you're outdoors, because you're low down, you know. Can't see what you're doing and stuff. What am I doing here? I don't know anyway. But it's just a pity you can't. This isn't all quick release, you know, and auto adjustable, that sort of thing. I mean, when you're outside, you could even take this whole thing off, you know. Well, you can if it's quick release. But I was seeing stuff, I've been looking to see stuff, and well, in road bikes, they suggest tipping your nose down, maybe 10 degrees or something. I think they've got a rule in the professional cycling, they can't go more than 10 degrees tipped or whatever. But of course, you're not doing the Tour de France, so you can tip it. Probably you're more likely to tip it down slightly rather than. But I don't know, sometimes I've thought being up, because then that'll be flat and my sit bones will be down there. But I don't know. I've even seen a seat that's got a backrest, you know, but it's not something I'm going to try. For Joe Public anyway, it's probably the most important part of the bike, because if you're not comfy sitting in an expensive bike, then you're probably not wanting to go out in it, are you? I don't even know if I get this thing the right way around. I mean, but Cane Creek's the most famous one of these. I think it's mountain bikers that. I don't know. So for Joe Public anyway, I think the most important thing is having handlebars that are the same height or higher, not lower, because that means you're having to crouch down like a road biker. You don't want. And the other thing is, a lot of people don't have their leg length right. I think most of them have them too short, which is probably better than too long, but it's better to get it. Really, you want your leg almost fully extended and then bring it back down a bit, because you don't want it fully extended when you're at the full pedal, you know, down here. You want it to be almost, but you want there to be enough so that you're not stretching your leg, you know, and it's rubbing into your seat or whatever. You know what I'm talking about now? Definitely not fully extended, but most people have got probably too short their thing, and that means their legs hang out and stuff. But that's probably still comfier than too long. I can do this, I know I can. Suppose you should practice in the house and that, you know. Or get a good Allen key. See, this has been held in like that. It slips a lot though. I still find that I'm sitting round about there, you know. I really want to, my seat bones here, and my bum physically hanging off the back really, because your bones and your bum aren't the same thing, you know. And they call this bit to protect your perineum. But I don't know if it's just males they call it perineum, but because I looked yesterday. If you're looking for a good YouTube video on saddles, the YouTube channel Shifter's done a good one around about October 23 or November 23. He tested 5 different saddles. He done a really good thing on it. He was testing them for perennial comfort and perineum comfort and sit bone comfort. Because I suppose in theory really you want is your sit bones really, innit? But then you don't want them being compressed. Yeah, I've put a bit of tape over here so that the nut at the top doesn't fall out, because that's one of the other annoying things. Why do they do that? Because if I lose that, then I've not even got a saddle to get home. The nut at the top there. So this is how this one folds it. Alright guys. Yeah, I think the sort of nut thing comes around the side there. Yeah, it does. Parallelogram. The Decathlon. I think I keep buying the same one. That one there and that one there, but they're slightly different, so they must be newer models or something. Different models, but I always feel like Decathlon's ones are the answers, but they're not as good as what I hope. One thing, if you get saddle sores or whatever, which I think of as big watery boils, it might be your clothes rubbing against you. If you start getting rubbing that you can feel, you're going to have to try and do something immediately to think that it may be bringing your saddle down or whatever. Probably it's the sort of your pants or if you're wearing jeans or something like that, you know. But you really don't want anything like that because it'll become a big blister. 461 grams. Don't rely on these measurements, but it's just to give you an idea, you know, because I'm not really getting it all on a scale, am I? My Cane Creek copy one. It's not Cane Creek, it's a copy, yes. So that's like 491. So that's a bit heavier. It's funny, it doesn't feel heavier. 494 it says there. Yeah, they've got a spring in there and you can tighten it or loosen it. That's the same with all these types. See, that's got it as well, like, you know that? That actually comes out, which is a bit disconcerting, but no harm done, unless you lose a spring. The standard one's like 203 grams. I mean, I could probably get away down more than this, you know, this is quite an old one. It's just hollow, really. I've got the 1 bolt type. I'll need to try them all again and see if they're really worth it, because of the extra weight. It had to happen. Time to wear them all. Grams, 350. I like this one. I like its sort of design, but it never really worked out for me. I think I got it in Go Outdoors. 420, I'm saying. I'm going to try this one again. ISM. 305. This one looks ideal, but I don't have happy memories. I wonder if it's a sort of copy selling or it's a real official something. That's another thing, because they talk about padding. Actually, that can be a false god because it creates pressure points long term, you know. By long term, I'm talking about 3 miles or something. 286. This is the real deal. Well, I think that's for a road bike. It's just barely anything there. Cubic long nose. Sale, Italia, 403 grams. This is, you see these in Lidl a lot. Some German guy who was meant to be a sort of, I don't know, chiropractor or something like that. He's come up. I mean, it's really soft and all that, but it never worked out for me. I don't have happy memories. But I'm going to try them all again. So, because if they tilt up like that, I think your handlebar is going to be really high, and that's maybe giving you all your comfort. But like I say, some say these things are false gods. 372. I'm surprised because this feels really light. I think this is a Decathlon one, I'm not sure. But it's not got a Decathlon name by the looks of it. Let's get the elastomers. I really thought this was the answer, I think, but it never turned out to be. 302. This is Decathlon. This is a kid's one, and my theory was I want a small nose. But again, it never worked out really. I think there wasn't enough. My seat bones were hanging off the side. So if you could get your seat bones in there. So maybe, I don't know, maybe women it would be easier, I don't know. But for me, I don't think you want long noses because you really don't want to be sitting here or anything, because you'll be sitting in agony, really. You're wanting everything to be there, really. Alright, 467 grams. This is definitely Decathlon. And it's old, look, I've got a system. Stalactites, stalagmites. So that looked perfect, because it's wide thingy, but that might be false god stuff. Yeah, I thought this one was, and I prefer them looking like that, but I don't know if that's really what you want, but I prefer hanging off the back, or that's what I seem to keep doing. I always seem to have the rail right here. I'm right forward as far, but I'm still haven't found a comfort I think's great. 559. So yeah, I think I got this in Amazon because probably I wouldn't have bought it if I saw it in a shop. Again, I mean, that's a lot more support. I like the nose idea. But it still looks as if it's still too much there. I mean, I want the nose to go like that. I wonder what we use the nose for. I think we use it as a sort of guide and to give us balance, maybe. But I don't know about we're actually maybe sitting there at all. And it's got a bit there for, yeah, not happy memories, but I'll give it another try. So that's sale again, SMP. 390. This is my oldest one, I think. So, and I told you it's a nightmare with my seat bone's probably hanging off the edge. I'm probably sitting here. Yeah. This brand was a Velo. No. 435. This is a Decathlon again. Probably a newer version or something like that. Of the same one I keep buying in Decathlon. B-Twin, so it must be, 5 years old or something. They're not going to do B-Twin anymore. I think they call them Elops now or something. I don't know, but to me that looks ideal. Maybe that's why I keep buying it. But no. I don't know, I think it's a bit too soft, for long. My longest journey has been 180k, I think, so far. 330 grams. This is probably an old one as well. Cell Royale. So it's got sort of, but I think my seat bones were hanging off again. I wish they would make the rail even longer, because I would probably be away out here on the rail, I think. But no happy memories there. I don't like this. Because I've heard talking the professionals are starting to not like a big nose, long nose. I don't know if that's true or not. But like I say, they're ultra crouched. So it doesn't really make sense to me why they've got I mean, really, although you do want something to sit on, I suppose. 285. I'm guessing this will be my latest one, because this is an ultimate race bike thing, you know. Hardly any cushioning, very long, so they can crouch down and that. Sail Royale? Oh, I thought it was Decathlon. Well, I think it is. I'm not sure. Very long rail, I like that. I might try it again with a gel pad if I can find one to fit. 539 grams. This was my big. I decided to spend big, and I was sure that this was going to be the answer. It was about 50 quid at the time or something. But they're still doing, Specialized are still doing this body geometry thing, and they're doing saddles, gloves, which I agree with, padded gloves, I agree with that, and shoe inserts. I think that's the three things they're doing. You can see their website for this. This is a very old one, about 15 years. And apparently they're saying on their site that they were the first to do ergonomic thingies, and primarily for erectile dysfunction issues, you know, because your bits are getting squashed here. But I found I was sitting there anyway, so I was doing what I'm not meant to do. But then I probably had my handlebar a wee down low. You're maybe sitting. Your handlebar should be level probably, or higher. Big long rail, I suppose. I'm definitely going to try this again. And I might even try with a gel pad on top of it, if a gel pad fits. And this one, 376, so this is just a traditional thingy. That must be quite old as well. It's a race bike type, really. I don't know what they're into now in race bikes, you know, because it's just the last 13 years I've discovered that aerodynamic is more important than being light. Although I think for Joe Public, being light is still the most important thing. So when I say be light, comfort first. Then when you've got the comfort, try and make it lighter, you know, if it is sensible. I mean, one thing you can do definitely is change from butyl tubes to TPU tubes. You're taking a lot of lightness out of that. So this one, that's another Sail Royale, is it? That is a company, isn't it? Bell, 392 grams. So this must be from Asda, because they've got the Bell stuff. I mean, Bell, you see them advertised. It's just a tag thing that I forgot to. Maybe I've not even used it. Nah, I probably have. You see Bell advertising the Tour de France one of the teams, or you used to anyway. So, can't be that bad a brand. It's very padded, but feels as if it's sloping. That's another thing. I'm not sure whether they agree now that they should be sloping or they should be flat. Because the ones for e-bikes, you can get ones that go away out here, and they've got sort of butterfly wings come out there. But they're really heavy, you know. Yeah, nothing special about this. I'll give them all a try though. 516 grams, yeah. This is another one from Lidl, from that Dr. Whitcop, as he's advertised as. Medicus. He's maybe some sort of doctor. That's what the packaging said. Always go by the packaging when you're buying stuff. And of course it's Germany. You've got these elastomers there. Not much of a rail. You've got a gap there, that's meant to let your air coming through from there. You see? But bad memories again. So, but I'll give it another try. 367 grams, and finally it's Decathlon again. Another road bike one. That's definitely a road bike, just total flat. My brain thinks that if you're upright, they should be flat, but yeah, I don't know. I like long rails in the road bikes, I like that. But nah, it does look as if your sit bones can get, most adults could get their sit bones there, I don't know. I'll give them all another try though. It's a pity there's not a bike charity shop, you know, bike parts, where you could go and buy stuff like for £5 or £10 or something, you know. For those bored out of their mind, we now move on to gel pads, foam pads. What's the best name for these sort of things? This is where my heart lies at the moment for the answer because, well, they're a lot cheaper usually and they make sense to me. Although I've been disheartened by that recent article that said they're a false god, you know. 206 grams, that's a shock because this is really light. This is a Decathlon, I'm pretty sure. No, it's not Aldi, it's Crivet. That's really a big surprise because it feels nice, you know, it feels like it's the answer. Another thing about these, they can only go with certain ones. That won't go with a road bike one because of the shape. They'll only go for one that's sort of wide there. I mean, this is a road bike, but I don't think it might, but it's all wrong, you know what I mean? So, yeah, it goes with wide ones. Looks like I bought the same one twice. That's the kind of thing you find out later on. 200 grams. Maybe this is a newer version or something. Probably not. 241 grams. Bale, it must be. Asda. Yeah, I thought this was a great idea, you know, right across there. But no, I didn't. I felt I was sloping down. I'm going to try them all again, but again, you can only use that with a wide one, really. You could use it on other ones, but it probably wouldn't fit lengthwise, and it would probably hang off. 211 grams. I don't know if this is correct, because this is gel and it feels heavy. So maybe my, they're saying 238. Yeah, my scales are probably not the right thing for it. Yeah, it's saying about 267 there. It feels the heaviest, you know, this, either this is old fashioned or gel's still a bit, but it's meant to be the more comfy one, I don't know. Doesn't feel like it. Again, one of those race sites said false gods, because you get pressure points, but I don't know. 251 grams. So this one's got two bits there for your sit bones. Big gap there. It's nameless, or I've cut the thing off. Be wary with these things as well, because sometimes I've cut them off there and it de-threads and I can't get the thing through anymore at some point. But yeah, I don't know. Some of them I don't like the feel of them, you know, it's like nylon or something. Yeah, this scale's not great to thing with them. 252 grams. I think that probably is round about, because when I went like that, it's 250 odd. This looks like a bell one, but I don't know. It's got the thing with it. Doesn't say anything. Yeah, I mean, it feels okay, you know. It feels a bit jelly, but yeah, you know. 223 grams. I'm taking that as its weight. I think it's Decathlon. I just can't see. You see? Don't know. Yeah, it's very bouncy. I get the feeling this is the older type. I think the newer ones have a lighter foamy feel. Wow, 123 grams. This is Decathlon. Nah, about 158. Definitely the lightest though. I wonder if that's for a road bike ergo system. I don't think so. It might be. So, yeah, I'll definitely be trying that one again. I've obviously tried it because I've done that might be the one I actually had on my bike. I think it was. Yeah. Sometimes I put two on. I'm pretty sure this one's heavy. 350 grams, say, but I can get it in there. But this is a gel one. So, I don't know if it's old or gel comfort. So that would definitely be a wide thing. I don't think no chance of getting a road bike saddle on that. We'll go with 300 grams. I think this is the one I was using, and I'm pretty sure this is Tesco. So it's pretty wide. I think it would fit a road bike, but then it'd be hanging off, you know. A road bike saddle. Alright, guys. Yeah, because, yeah, that was the one I was using, wasn't it? 216 grams. I think this is another Decathlon. I'm not sure though. I think this is a doubler. I've bought this one twice probably. You get the idea now that though, don't you? I think some bike shops now, they have machines that can examine the pressure points, you know, when you're sitting. So you can see, you know, where your pressure points are, and that comes up on the computer screen. But I mean, it probably costs a lot of money. I mean, I've saved a fortune. If it looks a little strange, well, that's because it is. That's not 5mm. I can't see what it is, but I think it's 10mm or something, if that's possible. I can see me coming to a problem here. Something like this. I would take my other seat out of me, my comfy seat. I probably wouldn't do this until I was out in the countryside or something, you know. Put this one on. Don't forget, guys, take all your comfy stuff with you. Expect it to be a disaster. Yeah, that other experimental one I had, it had a big long thing like that, and it was meant to be that you were getting the suspension from this, and it was really long, but I can't find it now. I don't think I was flung it out. Or do you want this one? Or this one? I found another of these. These are the most traditional ones. I think you still see them on Amazon and that. Maybe that's got two. Although, are they not usually on the side? No, they're not. That's more traditional type. I'll give that away. It's got a spring in there and you can tighten it and loosen it. 500 grams. I guess it's all over another top quality video. What could be more normal looking? Alright, goodbye. How do I get my gel pad on? It doesn't seem to fit. My plans hit an issue. Thumbnail time. Most important part. God bless the thumbnail. Featuring the thumbnail. If somebody said to me, I would definitely get comfort at £300 or £400, I would go for it, you know, but I think it's more likely I'm going to spend that amount and not be comfy, so I don't know, it's all still a mystery. I'm talking about a saddle, not a bike shop test. Bonus footage. I'm a big fan of this. It goes onto my seat post, you see. It's only about £7 or £8 or something. Well, that was. Bonus footage. You really need to tighten it because it moves about, you see. I like the concept of air cushions, but I don't know if there's any available for bikes, you know. But I like that idea, that you could blow it up a bit or whatever you want. Plus it'd be really light, you know. Right guys, that's another pilot video over. Don't forget this could be you. So, yeah.